Welcome. It is TGI Friday, September 19th. Welcome to Up to the Minute. I am Dr. Lana Picow, Director of Communications at Northwest College, and taking on co-hosting duties with me today is Benjamin Escobar. He is an HCTV production specialist. How are you doing,
I'm
Benjamin?
doing good, having a great
It
morning.
is weird to call you Benjamin because I know you as Benjamin.
Yeah, of course, but
Yeah.
that's my government name, so
So, you're taking some courses. How's it going so far this semester?
it's going good after, a almost 4-year hiatus. I stopped going during COVID to school. I'm back, and it's always good to go back to school and finish my degree.
Winging
Yeah,
things and
yeah,
getting used to waking up early and going to bed late because you got to
yeah,
study in the whole
exactly.
bit.
No,
Yeah.
that's true.
Well, why don't you tell everybody how they can find us?
Yes, we are live on the Houston City College District Facebook page, not HCC, but Houston City College District Facebook. Then we're also on YouTube, X, LinkedIn, and on HCCTV, our own TV channel, where you can catch the rebroadcast of this show at noon, 5 and 10 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Yeah, it is going to take a while for all of us to get used to
Yeah, I
Houston
almost
City
said it there. It
College.
was like,
I know, even though we're excited,
we
but
are.
we are Houston City College.
Yeah.
It's going to take us a while.
Mhm.
So, folks, make sure that you like this episode and you follow us on social media. So remember, like, follow, follow, follow. Well, coming up for Film Friday, we'll talk about the upcoming Austin Film Festival with Grace Donaldson. She is the screenplay director for the Austin Film Festival and our Film Friday guest. Good morning, Grace.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Benji will be right with you, but first we're discussing a current exhibition at HCC Central called The Length of 5 Years with Corey Acklemire. She's the HCC Studio Art Program Coordinator with a Central College exhibition in metalsmithing and jewelry. Hello, Corey. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Sure. Before we get into your exhibition, tell us why we have faculty exhibitions at HCC.
Sure. So across the HCC system, we have several in-person gallery spaces. I believe we have 5 total gallery spaces around the college system. And every semester they're used for our student exhibitions in the second half of the semester. So they showcase the work of students who are working in studio classes during that particular semester. But at the beginning of the semester, we always showcase a faculty member's work, whether that's a full-time or part-time faculty members pieces. And it's a good opportunity for faculty to, kind of explore a topic that they've wanted to work on or wanted to share with the community. And it's a good resume builder, especially for part-time faculty, to have a solo or small group show in these gallery spaces. But also for the broader HCC community, it's an opportunity for our art and design students to have a more sort of up close and personal interaction with professional artworks. And it's also used by members of the community more broadly. I've known of dance classes that took their students to see the exhibitions and then were required to come up with choreography that was inspired by work in the show, or English classes like creative writing that have used works in the show to come up with, poetry prompts and things like that. So we hope that it's something that's a useful experience, both for art students as well as the general community.
Yeah, at HCC, we don't just teach, we do.
Right.
And there's some great exhibitions that our faculty have done. So tell us about your exhibition.
So this exhibition is an installation of a very, very long hand-fabricated sterling silver chain I've been working on, where each link in the chain represents one day over the first 5 years of my daughter's life. So it's intended as sort of a metaphor for the often tedious labor that's involved in parenting, but also how the accumulation of all of that time and labor creates something that is very sort of impressive and massive and hopefully, valuable.
And you have a special reception coming up next week. Tell our viewers so they can attend it.
Sure. All of the exhibitions will have either an opening or a closing reception, and mine is next Thursday, I believe, from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Central Gallery, which is in the Fine Arts Center on Central Campus. There's always some free cookies and usually a little fruit and some water, which is a nice thing to enjoy. And it's just an opportunity to come and talk to me, the artist, or any of the artists who are putting on the show, and have members of the community come in to see the show and just have a more sort of intimate experience with the works.
Now, has the work been installed in other environments?
It has. I had it this past year. It was part of the Designing Motherhood exhibition at the Houston Center for Contemporary Craft, which was a traveling exhibition that was featuring objects and artworks that all had to do with sort of the experience of motherhood. So it was partially functional objects, things from strange sort of nursing accoutrement, things that you would use to sort of help with the physical jobs of parenting, but also it featured artist works that were reflecting on the experience of being a parent and a mother.
So can you explain to us what metalsmithing is?
Sure. So my background is in metalsmithing, jewelry, and enameling. So that means I do sort of small scale sculpture and wearable jewelry, and typically with non-ferrous materials. So ferrous meaning iron. So non-ferrous materials are things like copper and brass and silver and gold. It's sort of the standard jewelry materials that you would think of. And so I do make functional pieces like silver spoons, and I make, the jewelry that I'm wearing. And I also make sculptural pieces like bowls and hollowware and sort of something you would set on a pedestal and look at.
How long does it take you to make a piece of jewelry?
Oh gosh, well, it depends on the piece. Some things can be done very quickly, and some things are very labor intense. So, a simple band ring, maybe a couple hours, but something like a forged sterling silver spoon, maybe a few days.
I've got to ask you, how many pieces have you created so far?
Oh my gosh, in my whole life? Well, I've been doing this I've been playing with metal since I was about 12 years old. So, I'm going on well over 30 years. So, I mean, I've made thousands of things.
And do you do commissions?
I do occasionally, yeah. Mhm.
That's great. So, well, tell us, do you have any future plans for installations of your art?
Sure. Installing the chain at the Central Gallery, this is 5 years of the chain. And my daughter is almost 7 now. And it made me think, seeing it in the space, that it might be fun to continue building on it for another 5 years and then reinstall it in the same space and sort of see how it changes and grows and builds up the space more as she ages.
So how can our students and the community can view your installation?
So because it is made of a precious material, I asked for the gallery to have monitored times when there would be someone that was available to sit in the space when people came to visit it. So I believe it is open on Tuesday mornings and Wednesday afternoons with a monitored lab aide who's there in the space. But otherwise, the lights will be on, even though the doors will be locked. You can see it through the glass doors at any time that the building is open. And if you are in a class at the central campus in the Fine Arts Center, the faculty can bring students in and see the exhibition at any time.
Now, I don't think a lot of folks think of jewelry making as art. How can our students learn these skills at HCC?
Sure. Well, we offer an introductory metals course that I teach, and we have part-time faculty that teach it as well. And that gives you the sort of basic skills, basically the same kinds of skills that I use to create the installation. And metalsmithing is traditionally part of an art and design curriculum at many schools across the country. And so it's a good school class to have for transfer to other institutions where you might be interested in pursuing this. But, the art that people wear has always been either jewelry or, fashion.
Right. Well, thank you, Corey Acklemire, HCC Studio Art Program Coordinator with Central College Exhibition in Metalsmithing and Jewelry. We will have your info in our post after the show so folks can go and see your exhibit.
Great. Thank you so much.
And after a quick commercial break, Benji will be back to talk to our Film Friday guest.
Why wait on your dream job? At Houston Community College, tuition is only $33 per credit hour, with flexible schedules, over 100 programs, and campuses across Houston. HCC makes it easy and affordable. Your future for less. Houston Community College. Move your future forward.
Poison Help is a free 24/7 hotline that answers all of your poison questions in over 100 languages.
Hello? Poison Help?
Hello? When poison happens, we're here for you. Just call Poison Help, 1-800-222-1222.
Dear Santa, my mom says I'm a good helper, but You didn't come last year. I just really hope this year when I wake up, I'm gonna see that you came to my house too.
Donate today.
We're back with Grace Donaldson, screenplay director of the Austin Film Festival and our Film Friday guest. Welcome to the show, Grace.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Of course, we're very excited to talk to you. So let's begin with you telling those who may not know what the Austin Film Festival is all about.
Absolutely. The Austin Film Festival is an 8-day event. It's a celebration of the art and craft of storytelling. It takes place in October every year. This year's dates are October 23rd through the 30th. And we host over 180 screenings. We'll have US premieres, Texas premieres, independent film premieres, studio releases. This year, we're really thrilled to have Rian Johnson's new film, the new installment of the Knives Out series, Wake Up Dead Man,
Oh.
here at the festival.
Awesome. That's crazy. So over the span of a week, I mean, you are showing 180 films, right? So how does that happen? Do you do this at multiple like locations? How does that work?
Yeah, so it's kind of in the downtown Austin footprint, but we do definitely have many different theater venues. We have many different theaters within the venues, but it's all really accessible, really easy, walkable. Lots of the programming happens at the same time, so we actually show most of the films twice, so that way you have an opportunity to catch everything that you can.
That's good. That's good. And so how does it feel having so is this Wake Up Dead Man? That's the next Knives Out series movie from the series, right?
Mhm.
How does it feel to have this at the festival and having Rian Johnson, the director, in attendance?
Oh, but we're thrilled. We're actually honoring him with an award at our awards luncheon, which takes place during the writers' conference, also during the festival. It all happens at the same time, and so we're really thrilled. He's been to the festival a couple of times before. We host Q&As after each one of the screenings, so people in attendance will be able to hear directly from him about the writing process, about the directing process. So we couldn't be more excited.
Perfect. And while we're on the topic of that, the writing process, in addition to those film screenings, the Austin Film Festival is also known for its writers' conference. I mean, what makes part of that of the festival so special?
Great question. The Writers Conference, so the festival's been around for 30 years, and
Okay.
our mission is to uplift storytellers and writers and focus on the writing aspect of screenwriting and storytelling. So the Writers Conference happens for the first 4 days. It'll have over 150 panels, 200 panelists come into town, and they'll speak on everything from the business side of breaking into the industry to the craft of screenwriting. This year, we have Celine Song, who is the writer-director of Materialist, her most recent film, and then Past Lives, and her producing partner, Christine Vachon. And so they're going to do a panel on the writer-producer relationship. And then we'll have more craft-focused panels. We have some of the team behind the Emmy Award-winning show, The Studio, this year. So we're really excited about that.
Yes, what a great buzz on that show. I mean, at the Emmys, I mean that just took everybody by storm, isn't it? It's just the idea of making a series about what happens on in studios. It might have some like, fictional stuff in there because it's a little bit more comedic, but I mean, that's great. It's a great show. It won so many Emmys, so we're happy about that. I did want to ask you, you being in the industry and especially here in Texas, we just got approved for a state incentive, right? It's going to be massive. I think it's going to change the film industry here in Texas. I mean, how does that feel to be part of the state and that incentive? I mean, what do you think is going to happen?
Yeah, I mean, we love Texas-based films. We have a whole category in our film competition for Texas writers and directors to submit to the festival, and we'll usually do a shorts block based in Texas. So very, very excited.
Okay, so you're the screenplay director for the festival. So what does that role really entail?
So I oversee the screenplay department and our annual script competitions. We get 10,000 plus submissions each year. And a big piece of what my job is to work with industry partners to create opportunities and fellowships for writers when they advance through the competition. So we can keep opening doors after their placement is announced.
Okay. And what do you think sets Austin Film Festival script and film competitions apart?
Definitely our focus on writing.
Mhm.
Storytelling is at the forefront of everything that we do. So really a solid script is what is successful, obviously, in our script competitions, but that's really what advances in the film competitions and ultimately what we try to program.
Do y'all have any sort of premieres that happen at your festival that y'all are like y'all can say, hey, this movie premiered here at the Austin Film Festival, something that might happen this year, or maybe something that's happened in previous years that'll get people excited?
Yeah, well, I'm personally excited. I'm a big Noah Baumbach fan. So his new film, Jay Kelly, cast led by George Clooney and Adam Sandler. I'm really excited for that film here. Also, I've heard incredible things about Hamnet, Chloe Zhao's highly anticipated film with Paul Mescal and Jessie Buckley. I actually ordered that book. I'm going to try to read it before that
Yeah.
that comes out, but I'm very excited.
Okay. And tell us, folks, where can we find you on the website? I mean, that way we can buy tickets to the festival and see how we can support you guys.
Yeah, so our website is austinfilmfestival.com. We're also on social media, most active on Instagram, and we're doing announcements, especially over the next couple of weeks. We're still announcing panels, we're announcing panelists, we're announcing premieres and filmmakers who are going to be in attendance. So lots happening before our event in October. So yeah, keep
Good.
updated.
Good. And I now want to focus on students here because we're HCC. We want to focus on the students. And so what advice would you give our students or any student really who may want to submit for next year?
Yeah, that's a great question. One piece of advice that I heard from someone else that I think is really helpful is to use competition deadlines for your benchmarks for your writing. Writers, especially, I think young writers go through many drafts and many revisions, and it's never done, and you're always working on it. So using those competition benchmarks to motivate yourself towards a concrete deadline, I have found to be very helpful. And then just get a fresh pair of eyes to proofread before you send anything off.
Yeah. And so also, how can our students or aspiring filmmakers get involved with this year's festival? I mean, is there any roles that they can do, volunteering, anything that they can go out there and do?
Yeah, we have lots of ways to get involved. We have many volunteer opportunities at the event itself to help you earn a badge or a film pass to the event. So you can find more on our website there. We also have year-round internship opportunities that also can earn you a badge to the event, can get you course credit. And then obviously our competitions, we have student discounts. And yeah, we love to get involved with the student orgs and all that. So.
Yeah, I also want to ask you about some of the panels that are going to be offered there. Some of that you may know. I know you'll probably have so many going on, but some of the ones that can stand out.
That's a great question. We also the creators behind Wicked, they're going to be here.
Oh, awesome.
I'm blanking
Okay.
on her name right now, but Winnie Holtzman and Dana. So that's a highly anticipated panel. I mean, like I said, I think the studio is probably what I'm most looking forward to. Our full schedule is going to be released next week. So then everyone can really get to planning on which
Of course, yeah.
the must-see events.
And I also wanted to ask, because I always ask the folks that are part of the film community, or I tend to ask, what's your favorite film, something that inspired you to come into the industry? But it's very hard to just narrow it down to one movie. So let's do three. How about
3?
that?
Okay, great. Frances Ha, for sure. I mentioned Noah Baumbach, love Noah Baumbach, love Greta Gerwig.
Uh-huh.
Frances Ha, Almost Famous is a classic. To me.
Yeah.
And probably When Harry Met Sally. I love Nora Ephron. I love the quick dialogue. So
Yeah. I can't forget about that diner scene too. So
yeah.
which was done on a commercial. I think it was at the Super Bowl. There was a commercial for the Heinz, I think it was, or something like that. They recreated the scene, and so it was great to see that again and see those actors, Billy Crystal and
Meg Ryan.
Yeah, Meg Ryan. Yeah, great stuff. And lastly, I mean, how robust is the filmmaking community here in Texas?
I mean, it's a huge part of my life. It's always present. I think it's very robust. I think between all the different student programs across the Texas colleges, I mean, even we have a young filmmakers program, so we work with high school students to try to start, inspiring filmmaking and giving opportunities younger. So I think it's constantly growing, but I think it's a great film community here.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Greg Donaldson, screenplay director of the Austin Film Festival and our Film Friday guest. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye.
Awesome. And then we also want to remind our viewers that HCC has an outstanding filmmaking program. So check out our post for info on that and as well on information about the Austin Film Festival. All right, coming up next, we have a quick commercial break, but Lana and I will return with some news and announcements. So stay tuned, everybody.
¿Por qué esperar para el trabajo de tus sueños? En Houston Community College, la colegiatura es de solo $33 por hora de crédito. Con horarios flexibles y campus en todo Houston, inscribirse en HCC es fácil y accesible. Houston Community College.
When a child is sick, there's one thing they need: a really big cookie.
Welcome to RMHC.
We're not big on poking sticks and beeping machines, but we're the best at playing dress up. We think the tooth fairy should travel everywhere, and while hospitals have doctors and nurses, we have mom and dad. Because at Ronald McDonald House Charities, we help families feel at home, even when they can't be.
Our individual voices are powerful, but not everything has a voice. Let us be a voice to the voiceless. It's time to speak up for nature.
Welcome back. Well, I've just got to ask Benji, what is your favorite film?
It'd have to be Kill Bill, probably. If I had to narrow it down, Kill One. I love Kill Bill. Man, I could probably you'd probably be annoyed watching that movie with me because I recite every line in there. Yeah.
So it's just so you know, even though you didn't ask, Remains of the Day. I love
Remains of the
that film. Absolutely love that film.
Okay.
Anyway, well, welcome back, folks. We've got some things happening at the colleges, starting with Recipes for Success, which are events for students. Students have online resources from Student Life and the Academic Success Centers. Upcoming virtual events are Resumes 101. That's 1 p.m. Wednesday, September 24th. Check out our post after the show for more info. And it looks like we're doing some type of blood drive coming up.
Yes, the Gulf Coast Regional Blood Center is asking for your donation at Coleman College this month. All successful donors will receive a free childhood cancer awareness socks and A1C testing. Now, I don't know what that means, but you can get it for free there. This will take place Tuesday, September 30th at 10 a.m. So check out our post after the show for more info. And I know we have an art exhibit at Southeast Campus, right?
It's the Prisoner Experience. HCC students have received a grant from the Library of Congress to explore connections between the historic Sugarland 95 convict labor grave site and contemporary mass incarceration. Their work includes digital collections, photographs, audio recordings, and documents. The artist reception is 5 p.m. Thursday, October 2nd. The exhibition runs through October 24th at Eastside Wedge Space. Check out our post after the show for more info. And we've got some information about addiction recovery.
Yes, Dr. Roman Alvarez, along with HCC's Counseling and Ability Services, will present Shadow Personal Battles, Addiction and Recovery, Movement Towards Wholeness. This will take place Tuesday, October 7th at 1 p.m. and it is virtual. So check out our post after the show for more info. And now we have something about STEM Day, right?
Yeah, National STEM Day is going to be celebrated with Central. HCC Central's Library Student Advisory Council and Central Science Club are presenting a special event in celebration of National STEM Day. It's called Cultivating Innovation, Technology, and Sustainability in Agriculture. Only the first 200 registrants will receive refreshments, so don't delay in signing up for this event so you can get your cookie or cupcake, whichever they're offering. I don't know. 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. It's Thursday, November 6th at the HCC Central Campus Harmon Building. Check out our post after the show for more info. And guess what, folks? You can still register for fall.
Yes, you can. There's still time to register for fall classes, including Second Start. HCC classes are offered in a variety of programs, semester lanes, and modalities, including online anytime, online on a schedule, hybrid, in-person, and hybrid lab. To learn more about HCC program start dates and options to cover costs, visit hccs.edu/apply.
And coming up, we'll feature HCC's literature department and the course it offers this semester. And for Mental Health Monday, we'll discuss the JED Foundation and its Minding College Minds initiative for our students and how they help them with their mental health issues. And make sure you like this episode and follow us on social media. Benji, always fun. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And thank you for joining us. We will see you next time.
Yeah.